Hello everybody, it's Enix Members. This is Robert Peeler, your community manager, and I am here with Lee Singleton. He is a 20-year veteran in the gaming industry, and he is responsible, in part, of course, with the release of Sleeping Dogs, the new game from Square Enix Studios London and United Front Games. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, you're very welcome. It's good to be here.
So we basically had a few presentations earlier today where the press were invited to check out kind of a presentation format of the game, build as it is, and also try it out, hands-on, and just learn a little bit more about it, and also talk with you. Can you tell us kind of how that presentation went, what you guys showed, and what were you trying to convey?
Sure, yeah. I mean, firstly, I'd say it went really, really well. I mean, when you've been working on a game a long time, it's really exciting for us to actually kind of put it in front of people for the first time, right? So, from that aspect, we were super excited about it, and we showed them the core kind of pillars of the game. So, they got hands-on experience with some of it, but we showed them, the great combat in the game. We showed them the really great driving, the really great shooting, and a taster for some of the story as well. So, and that seems to have gone down really well.
And in terms of the combat, some of the people involved with this project, helped shape what eventually became Batman Arkham Asylum, and the combat that came with that game.
The guys at UFG, they've employed what we call domain experts in each area to kind of own those kind of design pillars in the game, and combat being one of them. And they've got a really neat team there. So, those guys they understand what what that character needs to do, and they're going to know if it doesn't look right. And from the Square Enix London Studios end, obviously, we did have experience of working on a great game, Batman Arkham Asylum, with Rocksteady Studios, and when you make any game, you learn a lot, right? So that kind of gives you tools to equip you to do things better in the future. I mean, the goal from the guys at UFG was to deliver, an action hero like Kung Fu guy in Hong Kong. So it delivers on that superbly well. I mean, it's different to a lot of combat systems, and it probably goes a little bit further in that it's actually quite brutal. There's some pretty exciting, context-sensitive kind of moves. So there's a visual language in the environment. So when you grapple someone and grab them, you can kind of steer them around the environment, and you can actually, something will sort of give you a little kind of visual flash or something, so you can use it. So you're not kind of randomly sort of trying to bash the guy into stuff to see if it'll do anything. It's really clear what you can do.
It's giving you an inspiration.
Yeah, there's a whole suite of stuff. I mean, there's things where there's a garage set up, right, and there's an engine block kind of like on a hoist and stuff, and you can chuck the guy in the engine bay and release the hoist, and the engine crushes him, and things like that. There's saw benches that you can push people's heads in. It's pretty nasty in places, but that's player choice, right?
Yeah. You also mentioned story. How you showed it basically in the presentation. Parts of the story as it went throughout.
Yeah.
Is story like a major element, something that really is
I think it's really important, right? Because there's so many bad examples of story in video games. I mean, the consumers are spoiled. I mean, broadcast are so good at delivering really great story, and it's all around us every day on TV, right? So when you switch out of that world of broadcast and plug in your game console, it can be quite disappointing sometimes, right? And people actually they know what good looks like when it comes to story. So we've made a real effort to really deliver on that story, and that's the glue that kind of pulls you right through the game as well. So people are not going to be disappointed that the story is good. And even with some of the storytelling we do in the cutscenes, we've collaborated with a lot of different people to deliver a really compelling experience.
Now, one of the hallmarks of it often in the open world genre is the driving mechanic, or driving around a city, getting in and around vehicles.
We showed the guys today in the demo where you can be racing on a motorbike, and you can actually do kind of ranged combat on a motorbike. So you can fire guns. You've got sort of a bit of a slow down kind of mechanic going on, so you can see what's going on. Yeah, exactly. And you can also leap off your motorbike onto and mount a car, and then kind of jump in it, kick someone out, and drive off in that, which is
that's awesome.
That's pretty cool. It's pretty tough to do, from a development perspective. I mean, it's easy for the consumer to do in the game, but that's pretty hardcore. And the guys at United Front Games is a core of that team where they worked on the Need for Speed franchise for quite a few iterations. So what they don't know about racing games is not worth knowing, right? The trouble we face is that when a gamer picks up that pad, right, he's going to compare that combat or that driving or that shooting experience to a best-in-class experience that he's had. And we're pretty confident that all of those features will stand up.
Thank you very much again for coming and telling us all about the game. We hope to talk to you again soon.
You're very welcome. Cheers.
Take it easy, guys.